Yo, what's up, guys? So today I'll be talking about my Minecraft My Hero Academia server. Something I released like probably about a month and a half ago, and yeah, just gonna describe it, what it's about, the quirks in it, roles, etc., etc. So let's get started. So as you can tell, it's a Minecraft server based on the My Hero Academia manga and anime, and it's a survival server. It's focused on combat, but you can do other things. So you can still do like building, redstone, whatever, farming. Just chill. You can do whatever, but its primary focus is combat though. And this server has cycles, which are pretty much they're always supposed to start and end on a Saturday, and they occur each cycle is 4 weeks, and after each cycle, there's like a 1 week break where it gives me time to like make an update for the next cycle because each cycle has a new update. And also with the end of each cycle and the start of another, all data is like wiped and reset. So yeah, those are what cycles are. Now anyway, let's just get into the quirks. I probably won't show like super like in-depth gameplay for all of them. In fact, for lots of them I might not even show gameplay because sorry, I was doing that for previous recordings, but it was very long, and I'm not sure if you guys would really just like to see that. So I'll probably explain a lot of these, and that's all. But for some of these, though, I probably will have gameplay. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. You'll see. Anyway, so how quirks work is that you use like bones that you're given when you get a quirk to activate the quirk. And these bones might be in like you might select the bone to activate it. You might have to select it and then also put a different bone of the same name in your offhand slot. You might have to put it in your first slot. There are different ways of doing it, but all like the quirk activation items are bones and have to be placed in certain slots to work. Also, I guess let me leave this place for a second. For quirks, they actually have levels, so all quirks initially start at level 0, which means you actually can't use the quirk ability at all. But the reason I did this was because, like, I wanted it so that when on day 1, when the server's just starting, people are like grinding to get to level 1, as opposed to just like starting off with it. And then let's say there's like some Homelander type player who's just going around with his quirk, killing everyone day 1, not letting himself progress, not making others progress, and it's just like very tiresome. So I feel like by making it so people don't initially have their quirk, there's, more balance in that sense, and people can actually have like grind and not just get killed instantly. But to upgrade from level 0 to level 1, that's 3 XP levels, so then you can finally use your quirk at level 1. To upgrade from level 1 to level 2, that's 9 XP levels, and level 2 to level 3 is 15 XP levels. And you also can't like skip levels when upgrading. As you can see on the far left here, we have quirk list. This isn't a quirk, this is actually the lack of a quirk. So if you don't want a quirk, you can do that, and you just step on that pressure plate to get that. And then there's one for all. One for all pretty much gives you strength, speed, and jump boost. And you can also transfer one for all and other quirks that you have while you have one for all. And then there's all for one. All for one allows you to steal quirks, and you can also do that same transferring thing that's similar to like one for all, where it's like the same transfer thing as one for all pretty much. You can transfer all for one, you can transfer other quirks you have while you have all for one. And rabbit is just strength and jump boost. Float is you can levitation to go up, or you could use slow falling to go down. Obviously there are like items that trigger these for all these, so yeah. Then there's engine, that's strength and speed. And then there's hardening, that's strength, resistance, and fire resistance. Then there's strong arm, that's strength and haste. Then there's decay. Decay replaces blocks in a cube area around the user with air. And it also, players within a certain distance of the player that has decay are given the wither effect. So like players that don't have decay but are in a certain radius of the user of decay get the wither effect. Not sure if I made that clear the first time around. Just wanted to clarify that because I think my wording was kind of weird there. Anyway, ice manipulation. Ice manipulation replaces water underneath the feet of the user with ice, and it also replaces air underneath the feet of the user with ice if they have ice in their inventory. And the type of ice changes depending on the level, though. So that's also something to keep in mind. Vitality stealing. Pretty much if a player is within 0 to 1 blocks of the user receives a variety of positive potion effects, but the player receives the opposite / negative versions of all of those potion effects. And search pretty much gets the information of the closest player. This includes Quirk / quirks, and or like the lack thereof, whether or not they have a body upgrade, their X, Y, and Z coordinates, health, and hunger. And then there's landmine. There's multiple abilities with this one, but they're all like obviously the same quirk, but multiple like quirk toggling abilities and stuff, if that makes sense. That's the case with several of these. I don't know why I made that so confusing. Sorry. Anyway, landmine self explodes the user. Landmine item makes the nearest item an explosive that can be triggered using landmine item. And then there's landmine carrier, which can be used to explode anyone who has the landmine carrier item in their inventory but doesn't have the landmine quirk. And then there's landmine contact, which makes the closest player within 0 to 1 blocks of the landmine user a bomb that can be detonated with landmine trigger. And then there's the final quirks so far, but obviously I could add more if the server's active and stuff. Also, landmine and shock absorption are 2 new quirks that were added with the latest / second cycle / update. So that's something to keep in mind. There's new content with each update. I said that before, but just in case you didn't think like I will keep my word on that or something, this is an example. So shock absorption. The shock absorption level quirk items pretty much give the player resistance, and then the shock absorption release item, that one pretty much allows the player is able to do a similar amount of damage to the damage they've taken during that life, but there's a cap to the damage output that they can do from this ability, and that cap is raised with each level. Also, you might be like confused about during what I meant by during that life. I pretty much mean like each time a player dies and like respawns, their damage taken is like reset. So it's not like you can take like pretty much hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of damage, and then like just rack up tons of damage output. Nothing like that. Plus there's a cap on it too, so even if it didn't reset, it's not like you just be getting insane output constantly, but you would be getting pretty insane output because yeah. Anyway though, now onto the roles. So the default role of the civilian role is it's a civilian role. Then there are heroes, which heroes stop crime, and they also stop criminals / villains. And then police officers, I also should have said, heroes also help police officers arrest villains, and police officers are similar to heroes in what they do, like whole stopping crime, stopping criminals / villains, and they also help heroes. And then police officers can't use quirks according to law, but one thing that I should mention is that laws and rules are different in the server. Laws do not have to be followed, but rules must be followed. So if you don't follow a law, you could be arrested and put in jail, but there's nothing's gonna happen to you in terms of getting kicked or banned. If you break a rule though, you might get banned, kicked, whatever. And then police officers are the only role that are able to use handcuffs, and they pretty much, these handcuff items, the closest player within 0 to 1 blocks of a police officer, that is not a police officer, can be arrested by them, and they get teleported to a jail cell, and the cell they're teleported to is different depending on the handcuff's number, and the person gets their crime variable increased by 1. You're probably wondering what that is, which I'll get into it right now. So the last role is actually the villain's role. This isn't one that you can just select, but it is one you can obtain by, if you're arrested twice, your your crime variable is increased to 2 or greater, then you become a villain, and all your other roles are set to 0 / erased, and you're now just a villain. So yeah, that's that. Now the final things to go over are the body upgrade and nomus. So body upgrades and nomus are illegal, like things that you can obtain slash make. In the in the case of the body upgrade, it's something you can like buy legally and obtain, and it increases your base armor value, which normally you'd have 0 for your base armor value, but it, what is it called? Body upgrade actually increases that though. And then there's also it also increases your base movement speed, your base attack damage, your base attack speed. Yeah, it's good, you know. It's powerful. Then there's the nomus, which these you can like create illegally. Yeah, these you can create illegally, and the nomus pretty much are mobs that have 2 or more quirks, and they hit hard. You know, they have enhanced strength too, so dangerous combo, dangerous combo. But they really just meant like if you you need like the world's currency to make these purchases. By the way, to make this purchase, I mean, and to make that a legal creation. The world currency is gold ingots, and it can also be used to buy stuff at the shop here on the first and second layer. Third layer is obviously that's where you upgrade quirks, and you use it. You do that using XP. But yeah, that's the body upgrade. Those are nomus. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. There's like rules and laws and other stuff in the server, like other details, but nothing nothing you can't find out just by playing or by like asking me, you know, in the comments or on the server or whatever. Anyway though, I hope you guys join the Discord server that I'll link in the description. On there I'll have announcements as to when the server should when the next cycle of the server should start, all that stuff. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Join the Discord server, look out for an announcement on when the next cycle starts, and I'll just see you guys in this Minecraft server. You know, the server address and other necessary info in the announcement too. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Okay, peace out. Have a good one.